So who am I with today?
I'm Ashley.
Nice to meet you, all right? So our first question is, what are some things that you wish you would have known earlier in life?
This is really simple, but taking things one day at a time and not giving up, because I've given up a lot of times in my life, and that prevented me from doing so many things that I wanted to do, like coming here with my good friend, and just basically, I wish I would have known that life goes on after the hard times. It goes on.
So what are some things that you have learned about yourself through difficult times?
That I am one resilient human being. I care a lot about other people, probably a little bit more than myself, which is a little toxic sometimes, but I've learned that love comes from within. You can't really find it anywhere else at this point.
So can you tell me about a moment that you fell down in life?
I lost my best friend to suicide, so after that, kind of everything was down in the dumps. I thought I was at rock bottom, and I said, you know what, I'm going to live for him. I'm going to do this for him, and I am. He died 12 years ago, and I'm still here, trucking on for both of us. Yeah.
Okay, so what are some things that you're proud of?
I'm an EMT and I'm a phlebotomist, so I'm very proud of the knowledge that I have. I get to live by saving other people's lives, so that's something I'm really proud of.
That's amazing. Okay, so what has been the most difficult experience you have faced in your life beside your friend passing on?
Both of my parents getting diagnosed with cancer within a month of each other. They both beat it, but they both got diagnosed with cancer within the same month, as well as my grandpa and my aunt about 2 weeks later. So that was within the past year. So that was probably the toughest thing I've ever had to experience in my life.
How did you navigate through that?
I became the backbone. I said, they can't do this without me, I can't do this without them, so there's no point in being down about it every single day, other than just being like, okay, like we joke about it. Like we joked through the cancer and that's how we coped. We made everything fun, like chemo appointments. I went with my mom and we had fun there, rather than it being some detrimental like experience for her. We would laugh. They got excited to see us every week. It was cool.
What's one thing you would change about your life?
I don't value myself enough. That is one thing I would change, is the value I hold towards myself. I put other people on pedestals, but not myself. And I'd change that in an instant if it was that easy.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. So who am I with today?
I'm Cole.
Well, nice to meet you. So our first question is, what has been the most difficult or challenging experience you have faced in your life?
I don't know. I graduated from my master's degree right as the pandemic was hitting. So was kind of forced out of school and then no job prospects. So I had to kind of reformat what I was doing with my life for a period, and it really messed up with the plans that I thought I had, and not quite sure if I'm back on track with that yet, but I'm working on it.
What are some emotions or feelings that you have struggled with through this process?
So there's lots of sadness with that, lots of feeling like, you know, things aren't going to work out in the end, and periods of resigning myself to how life is going to go, feeling loss at that.
What are some things that you wish you could change or improve in your life right now?
I wish I had a better sense of direction, some sort of guide that I could, you know, follow to make these decisions easier and not be, you know, questioning what I'm going to do in these moments.
Has this moment taught you anything about yourself?
And just that I can keep going, that I don't have to be tied down to a specific plan, and that, plans fail sometimes, and that's okay, and it's just important to keep going despite not having what you thought you were going to.
So right now, aside of like the job, are there anything else that you value in life?
Part of at the end of school is that I had to move back home with my family, which isn't where I thought I would be at my stage in life, but it's been difficult, not having the amount of privacy or independence that I thought I would, but it's good to be, have that base, have that surround of people in my life.
So how does that make you feel, or has that taught you anything?
It's just, good to hold on to those things, to hold on to family and to a good foundation that you can live with, that can support you in difficult times like that.
So who am I with today?
My name is Analia Fraser.
Well, nice to meet you. What has been the most difficult or challenging experience in your life?
That's a great question. Probably when I went to a competition. I went to compete in Supermodel Canada, which is a competition here in Toronto, and I wasn't familiar with anything like that before, and I really got out of my comfort zone and moved to Toronto without my mom. I was only 15 years old, just turning 16, so that was definitely the most challenging part of my life, and I overcame so many fears, and I definitely became more confident after that, so it really affected my life.
Wow, that's very brave of you. Whoa, oh my gosh. So what are some emotions or feelings that you have struggled with during that time?
Definitely my confidence level. I'm 5'9", so I'm taller than most people. And in high school, I definitely felt a little bit insecure about that. So being in an atmosphere with so many girls that were 5'9", taller, 6 foot, 6'3", I definitely felt more comfortable in my skin, and I've never regretted being tall after that again.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm glad. So what are some things that you're currently struggling with, or some feelings?
I would say maybe not believing in myself 100%. There's a lot of goals and aspirations that I want to achieve, and sometimes when you're not getting instant results, it can deter you from your path, and just remembering to stay strong and always believe in yourself and really truly feel like you can do something is probably the most important thing, I think.
So back to the experience of you moving here to Toronto on your own. What did that experience teach you about yourself?
Definitely independence. I was always very close with my family growing up, so I wouldn't like to do things on my own. I would ask my mom. My mom would make my doctor's appointments. She would do everything for me. So being in Toronto has forced me to, come shopping alone by myself and go for dinner by myself. And it's definitely taught a lot about myself, and self-love is definitely something that is very important and comes first for me always.
Do you have anything at the moment that you're very proud of?
Yes, I just got hired to work with the Raptors. So I work the Raptors game. I'm a cable coiler, so I'm not doing anything crazy, but that's definitely something that I just got the job 2 weeks ago, and I'm very proud of myself for that.
Oh, that's amazing. Do you have any insecurities or fears?
Definitely, I do feel like I have a fear of failure. I know my parents are very supportive, and they put a lot of time and money into helping me achieve whatever I want. So disappointing them, I guess, would be the biggest fear of mine.
So who am I with today?
Dimitri.
Well, nice to meet you. What has been the most difficult, challenging experience you have faced in your life?
The most difficult, challenging experience I've faced in my life, probably, I would say conflict with my mother. Like growing up, growing up we didn't have the best relationship. Now relationship is a lot better, but I'd say the most difficult conflict I faced in my life was just problems with my mother, and actually like facing her and you know, standing up for myself, and also understand where she's coming from, because she's a single mother as well, and like I understand it's very hard for her, but it's also very hard for me too, and just having that understanding for each other.
What are some emotions or feelings that you struggled with during that time?
I struggled with, I would say, my self-image. I don't know necessarily if that's like an emotion, but I struggled with, because you know, my mom's close to me, so how she views me is very important to me. So I always felt like she viewed me very negatively. So that affected my emotions, and that made me view myself very negatively.
What are some things that you are currently struggling with or feeling that's related to that experience?
Honestly, I wouldn't say I'm struggling with anything, because I feel we've done a really good job. I think most people don't do a good job at this, but I think we've actually done a good job at understanding each other. And I've always had love for my mom, but we weren't really close, and we're still not very close. But I have a lot of love and understanding for her, and I understand her journey, and I believe she understands my journey, and she respects me. So I wouldn't say there's anything I'm really struggling with. It's kind of like we're at a new chapter, and you know, I have my little brother. He's like 7, so it's more so focused on him now. I'm an adult, right?
So can you walk me back to the journey? How did you guys get to this point of understanding one another?
I think there was some time where there was a lot of distance between me and my mother. Like, I was not in the home at all. I was in different countries, right? I was in America, I was in Germany, I was in different countries and stuff. So there's a lot of distance between us, and like, and that kind of, I think that kind of, I can't really speak for her, but I felt like that kind of, you know, like the whole saying, like, you only really like love someone, you only love them when they're gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like that, or like that gave us like a better appreciation for each other, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Do you have anything right now that you're very proud of?
That I'm very proud of. I am the national amateur kickboxing champion of Canada. I'm very proud of that.
Okay, how does that make you feel?
That makes me feel like I've accomplished something that's very difficult, and I only want to continue to accomplish things that are very difficult.
Well, thank you very much. Well, nice to meet you once again.